What up, gamers? Spencer here, and welcome back to my reaction to the Theorizer SpongeBob Theory videos. Last time we watched the Patrick Theory, and in this video, we'll be watching why SpongeBob is not stupid. And yeah, I just want to let you guys know that I think from here on out, I might be recording ahead of time. That's also what I did for Alex Bale. So yeah, if I don't acknowledge your comments from the previous video, that is why, because I'm just recording this ahead of time, because I just want to make sure I got videos ready and all that stuff. So yeah, here we go, man. I mean, if I had to give like my quick theory on what this might be, I kind of said it in the previous video where I think Patrick is gonna rub off his dumbness onto SpongeBob, and that will like drive him mad. I think even the Theorizer talked about that too, where even like Squidward got insane by Patrick. So yeah, we'll see about SpongeBob if that will happen to him. I do wonder if like the whole split personality thing might also play a part, because I remember this one episode in SpongeBob where he tried to copy everyone, and then that became a big problem where he can't like not be himself anymore. But yeah, we'll see if that also plays a part here. Here we go, guys. Let's go and watch. Oh my. Is this it? Or is this that one episode where he tried to make faces and it just became frozen at some point? I don't know which one it was. Okay.
It's Friday the 13th again, and you all know what that means. I'm covering more SpongeBob
Alright, the original one
SquarePants,
was on
the show
2017,
of
right?
Terror. Whether it be Plankton, the attritional rapid force psychologically manipulative war mastermind of Breakdown, or Patrick.
So I guess like it's been like almost a year later. Or it is a year later from the original upload.
Multi-intellectual dissociative identity disorder, paranoid schizophrenia, and chronic delusions of a mental multiverse. This show has demonstrated to me that it has a lot to unpack. So, in an attempt to use insanity to take this as far as I seriously can, today we are dissecting SpongeBob himself and how he's clinically insane.
We'll see. Ooh, is this a new intro? Yeah, I think that's a new intro. That looks nice.
I'm the Theorizer, and SpongeBob SquarePants himself is a lot like Squidward tentacles, but only in the moments where Squidward acts crazy. SpongeBob is always crazy, hopping around like a maniac, brain turned to absolute mush, etc. Squidward, however,
I think he's more like
when
just a
something
child
goes
than
very wrong,
just being
or he
crazy.
simply cannot take it anymore. He freaks out, starts laughing like a crazy person, and giggling like SpongeBob.
But yeah, Squidward though, he can get
acts
crazy.
Exactly like SpongeBob and Patrick.
Yeah, sometimes
in his
SpongeBob is
moments
crazy
of
like that
pure
scene there.
Rage and intolerance of their stupidity. No normal person acts like this 24/7, but it's understandable if someone is under extreme stress to go sort of hilariously insane. Thanks to my extensive theories, we know why Patrick does this, and we literally see in the show why Squidward sometimes does it, but SpongeBob is the only one without an origin of his carefree bliss.
Until
if
now.
If you've watched the third and final part of my Patrick Theory trilogy, you may have an idea of where I'm taking this. Patrick, I diagnosed with hundreds of multiplying split personalities and severely chronic delusions. As stated in my previous videos, some of this confusion and terror rubs off on the people around him, including SpongeBob. SpongeBob was silly as a child, I'm sure you can all find evidence for that, but that's normal for all kids. SpongeBob's problem is that he's not changed. His problem is that he's been driven past those occasional outbursts that Squidward has, those manic, ridiculous laughing fits he has. Sometimes, albeit rarely, Squidward is driven so far, like in the Magic Conch episode, that his eyes grow wide and he
can get crazy,
madness, like the idiot friends around
or
him.
lose it at some point.
But SpongeBob acts like this all the time. It's his mind's failsafe after giving up on sanity, ignorant bliss.
Is it really?
SpongeBob still has many normal moments, but when Patrick gets stupid, SpongeBob immediately snaps into this mode. Not only around Patrick, though, SpongeBob also randomly will snap into it as a part of his general personality. It's leaking through. It's become second nature for him to have these unruly snaps of ridiculousness. It's certainly nothing like what Patrick's got going on, but it's still something. SpongeBob is an immature child. It's like he's reverted to childhood by going too far with Patrick, hanging out too much, giving this mentally ill echinoderm a friend at the cost of his own sanity. SpongeBob's family doesn't second guess.
I'm not sure where he's going with this.
Like, problem,
so far, I'm guessing.
SpongeBob had a little something before he met Patrick.
Yeah, so far, from what I'm understanding from him is that his personality is like some kind of like defense mechanism on like why he's like secretly like maybe messed up inside or something.
Crack in his mentality.
But like I still see him more of like, you know, just a child.
And when I say insanity, I'm not talking about him having random mental disorders. I'm talking about
curious to
how
see
he has
the
literally
evidence.
disconnected himself from reality as a last-ditch effort for subliminal self-preservation. He endured a trauma, a torment, which has made him into this extremely immature adult. Then again, each character in Bikini Bottom is so far into their stereotypes that it makes me feel
I'm curious
like
because, you know, even him being like a child growing up, he still looks normal.
Swoop, but more
he's still a
on that
functioning
some other
member of
time.
society.
So as I said, something must have happened to SpongeBob at one point or another to cause this severely problematic behavior. So I'm gonna prove all of this by going through a few clips, and it'll show you how Squidward and SpongeBob are frighteningly similar when it comes down to their breakdowns in mental state. In the first clip, we'll observe Squidward has just had a frustrating day dealing with
That's where he
SpongeBob.
gets all angry.
At the very end, SpongeBob manages to do the exact opposite of what Squidward had wanted. This final blow hit Squidward the wrong way, and he broke down, being incapable of anything but a single smile, which he held for quite some time, before absolutely losing it, laughing and freaking out. But we need more evidence. More.
Oh, okay. So after that ad, I decided to take a break and, you know, eat dinner and stuff. And then eventually I like rewatched the video here that we're watching right now up until this point that I am right now because I was still kind of like confused on like what the I guess I just don't see like the problem because I know with him he's making the argument that SpongeBob that he's like always insane by always being like a child or, you know, and all that stuff. I think that's what I got from it. Like to me, I've always saw that as like optimism, like young optimism. Um, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe he has something to show here because right now I know he's about to show like some kind of like traumatic thing in his past that maybe makes him childlike in stuff. But yeah, here we go. Let's go and resume.
Evidence. More clips. In this second clip from the episode
I feel like it's been more of like
entitled
Squidward going
What's His Name?,
insane
Squidward
with the
tried
evidence.
to beat SpongeBob in a contest
Like
for
right
a
now.
vacation brochure, and when his attempts resulted in his imprisonment, he started
I feel
to
like the
lose
evidence
it.
has been
But
more
when
against
Mr.
Squidward
Krabs
than
reveals that
SpongeBob.
the contest was actually to win the brochure itself and not the vacation, Squidward has what I shall call a mini moment. His eyes go bloodshot, and he starts giggling and chuckling.
Yeah, like
with
Squidward
a
has many
warped
moments like
face
these.
while he smiles.
I just want to see more SpongeBob right now.
It's quite faint, but you can in fact see a resemblance to SpongeBob's laughable personality in this moment. However, it's other scenes where we really
Okay, I can
start
maybe
to
see that
it.
now.
In
He's like
the
rubbing off
episode
on
called
Squidward.
Squid's Visit, the animators sort of go all out with this whole idea. After some horrendous antics with SpongeBob, Squidward, like we've seen multiple times now, basically
Oh, right, he
caves
goes
in
into
and
this, like, tea
becomes
thing, right?
as crazy as SpongeBob.
I think it's
After
tea?
his house is burnt down
Yeah.
by an overcooked casserole because he was too distracted by playing with a vacuum cleaner, he has a vision where he appears to be dining with the vacuum. It's clear at this point in the episode that he's taken too much of the inanity. After SpongeBob tells Squidward that he can stay over for the time being, Squidward's face becomes warped and dead, and then he shrinks and vanishes to a point. It is then that we are shown him in the vacuum. He has slipped from sanity.
Yeah,
He's
he's
doing
gone
like SpongeBob
in this moment.
breaches and using his imagination in
Imagination.
the worst way possible. As he drinks tea with the vacuum, he offers up a casserole. Then he laughs like a maniac, and it zooms in on him. We then see the reality of the situation. Squidward's sentience has vacated his body. Basically, he's insane. And what goes on in his mind parallels that of SpongeBob and the use of his imagination. If it was SpongeBob doing this weird dinner thing, it's something we would all laugh at, but since it's Squidward and they play eerie music over top of it, we are certain something isn't quite right. Another good episode for proof of Squidward's
something is
similarities
never
to
right with
SpongeBob
Squidward.
is in the episode where he moves into a private neighborhood. He can't even go a few days without doing something immature. He literally has too much fun with a leaf blower. A leaf blower. Because deep down,
this part was like rubbing off on him after just being in that neighborhood.
Putting on an act around SpongeBob.
Everyone just acting like Squidward,
trying
but
to be sophisticated,
some SpongeBob
when
was in
honestly,
him.
We know he isn't. Squidward has had many mental breakdowns before. He has very severe anxiety.
Alright, so yeah, I'm actually kind of confused with this video. I thought this whole video was about SpongeBob, but I feel like the evidence and stuff has been against Squidward. I feel like I might need to rewatch this whole video again, because, like, I thought we are about to go into SpongeBob and, like, why he's crazy. At least that's what I took from it, where, like, you know, SpongeBob, maybe I just understood it wrong. I need to look back on it. But I thought we are going into SpongeBob and, like, why he's always, he's just stays as a child and stuff, like, with his personality, that he's, like, always crazy 24/7, I guess. Like, with Squidward, like, it's just visibly easy to see, like, him going insane, and all the evidence has been, I guess, SpongeBob making him insane. I'm not sure.
Panic attacks. He'll do anything to be better than SpongeBob, as we see many times, and he's very immature deep down. People who are truly sophisticated, like Squilliam, see how he's a poser and a fraud. He's an insane squid who tries to be better than everyone else, only to please himself. He's a narcissist who thinks he's amazing with art and music. Upon being criticized, he becomes livid. In actuality, SpongeBob is far more mature than Squidward. It just isn't very apparent because it's, as I've been saying, SpongeBob has gone permanently insane to the point where he's
this
not
part I
aware
want to know
he's
more
even
about.
doing it. And it's so convincing, not even we can tell that something is amiss. A good example of a mental breakdown is in the episode where he takes a trip to what I'll call Clarinet Land. Some would call this a drug trip or a fever dream, though he is not sick
I don't remember
or
this.
high. He's crazy, an absolute head case. But this theory of mine.
Oh, right,
is
that's
about
when SpongeBob took the clarinet,
I'll do
right?
Squidward's mentality another day. Very
Now I remember.
soon.
Yeah,
Point
I think so,
is,
at least.
These two are similar with what they find amusing, or how they see things altogether. Now, SpongeBob could very well be insane, or he could be a psychopath faking bliss and insanity. And if we're truly going in this direction, there's even a strong possibility that he could be an insane psychopath who thinks he's faking bliss and insanity. An
Can we see it?
emotionally dead psycho, so disconnected from reality that he fakes crying and emotions because he's so desperate for bliss. A psycho so nuts that he thinks he's a TV show character, and he is, which makes this even further layered with intellectual psychology. Since it's even more unlikely than what I'm already spouting though, I'll keep myself grounded. For now, many people have also noted how the show SpongeBob SquarePants got really bad and unfunny after sometime around the episode known as Squilliam Returns, where SpongeBob's little people in his mind threw out all of his knowledge in the form of files, erasing everything he knows. It's my belief that this was actually the point where he officially lost his sanity. Before this point,
Yeah, I remember him saying this, I think in the Patrick theory. I don't think it was in this video, right? I think it was in the Patrick theory where he said that this was like a turning point, I think, and I didn't really know what he meant by that. Like for SpongeBob. I just kind of like brush it off because I thought maybe he would explain it later on. But I guess now we're getting into that.
He was mostly just being kind to the mentally disabled Patrick, but after, he had no clue of anything. His brain, I repeat, turned into pink mush. For those of you wondering, this is the main series on my channel. Coraline sort of was, but I only ultimately made about 3 theories on that. The rest were just answering your questions, which is why I'm likely going to make a whole other one sometime this year. For now, though, the dissection of the mentalities of SpongeBob characters is my main series. It may be mostly ridiculous, but I find it a ton of fun. And
Oh, is this
so
the
do
end?
you. so I will keep doing it. In fact, you guys please go out and find more instances where Squidward goes crazy. It will help. And once you guys aid with more evidence, I'm making a follow-up theory on SpongeBob. And I've also got Squidward's and Mrs. Puff's theories coming down the pipeline.
Yay!
Lots of
I'm
theories
excited
on
for this Mrs.
television
Puff.
shows this year. And
That's a
so,
gold mine for
until
theories.
next time, I'm the Theorizer.
Okay. No, yeah, I mean, I'm still kind of confused. I guess just the way I went into this video is just like with SpongeBob. Like I thought we were gonna be going into him a lot more, but I felt like it was more about Squidward just going insane, like these many moments. And I feel like the only evidence with SpongeBob, like on the reason why he's like insane, is when he threw out all the files and stuff. And I guess this like carried over to where now, like, because I guess since everything is like destroyed and stuff, that it got uh remade into this like this is now his mind, where it's all like, you know, gumdrops and bubblegums and whatever. I'm not sure. I'm actually kind of confused. Maybe I'll give the video one more rewatch. Okay, so I rewatched the video, and from my understanding, and you know, feel free to correct me down in the comments below because I'm sure that I got this wrong. But pretty much that for SpongeBob, this is the face of insanity for SpongeBob. And he's like that 24/7. And he tries to prove this through like some behaviors from Squidward that mimic SpongeBob. So like in this one scene over here where he's like ripping up the brochure, he like laughs for a bit, and that's supposed to mimic SpongeBob. And then also when Squidward was insane in this moment where he's like imagining this tea party scenario with the vacuum cleaner, that's supposed to represent SpongeBob's imagination, like, you know, making similarities to SpongeBob's behavior. So that's like what I took away from it when it comes to the Squidward examples. And yeah, and also this point over here too, that I feel like this is the only point that feels kind of like new, that like kind of, I guess, helps solve maybe like the origins of SpongeBob going insane, where in this episode, where at some point SpongeBob, he decided to delete everything that was originally in his mind, like all of his memories and what he learned and stuff, to learn fine dining. But yeah, he deleted all of those, and then it got, I guess, reborn into like this fairy tale land, and that's why like he's insane 24/7, I guess. But yeah, that's really it. And also, I guess with Patrick here too, he's dabbing. Patrick, he's also like rubbing off, I guess, some kind of like essence onto SpongeBob that makes him insane. But yeah, that's pretty much my takeaway from it. I'm not sure if I'm like really too down with this theory, but if I'm correct, if I'm like understanding this theory where we're just trying to prove that SpongeBob here is insane, like that's what insanity looks like over here through Squidward, like this is what SpongeBob would normally look like, then yeah, I can definitely see that. The thing is, it's just not that visible, and I know he also acknowledged it around here too, where, you know, like he does look normal, but in the inside he's actually insane. He just hides it very well, I guess. Or I guess no, it's more the ignorant bliss that he said. But yeah, it's just I wish there was more, I guess, visible examples of this with SpongeBob. It did feel like more of like Squidward going insane than SpongeBob. But yeah, overall with this theory, I don't know. I'm not really down with this theory, but I do appreciate just like trying to make a connection here, because you know, overall, it is still fun to just think about some, you know, some weird things, some wild scenarios. But this was a, yeah, I guess it is a insane theory. So there you have it, guys. That is why SpongeBob is not stupid. I'm sure this reaction might not be the best reaction for me, like that I've made so far, but I think that's fine. I still want to like, you know, watch it and be entertained. And yeah, this one was at least fun to like think about for a bit. Like I said, I'm not really down with the theory, but I do like just thinking about it overall. Just like anything, like if you put in like a random word generator, like SpongeBob is this or that, like I still want to watch that video, and I feel like I would still enjoy like the contents of it, and that's pretty much what I experienced here. Like I still enjoyed it overall. But yeah, that was it for this video here. Next time, Squidward's depression is worse than you think. Oh boy. I know there was one episode that was dedicated to his depression, and even like one kind of like really dark scene when it comes to like I guess him like hanging around. But yeah, I wonder what if that will play a part. I'm sure it will play a part, but yeah. Do you think it will go to that one creepypasta with I don't know if I am able to say this word on YouTube, but like I've said it before in other videos, but like, I want to be as clean as possible. But yeah, Squidward's, like side. That's the best way I can say it. But yeah, I wonder if that also maybe ties in. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, guys, yeah, that'll be it for now. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good